Hello viewers and welcome to this Q&A of WTF, What the Wheels Too Fun. The idea for the series came just about 3 years ago. Originally we were going to start shooting in December 2019 through the beginning of 2020. That kind of didn't happen, only because there's a little cold going around, which we're all familiar with, and we kind of stopped production. Originally, it wasn't going to be shot entirely in Taiwan. We actually had some locations which were quite nice in, what were they again? Vietnam, Thailand, Burma, Mongolia, Malaysia, and also one that we were going to do in Europe. But we had to drop that whole idea because of this little cold thing. And then we stopped for a while, and then one of the producers said to me, well, why don't you just shoot it in Taiwan, make some changes, and just use Taiwan as the background? So that's effectively what we did. While it does take place in Taiwan, it's not about Taiwan, and I should stress that right now. If you want to learn something about Taiwan, there's other places you can go. Well, one of the challenges was to do something very different. There are some motorcycle blogs out there that I find interesting, but a lot of them I don't find interesting, especially when it's one camera and the person is just talking about where they're going, but they don't show anything, there's no story involved, and then after 10 minutes it's over. There used to be, a few years ago, a really good one that was produced in China by these two guys. And it was one that I used to watch on a regular basis because it was entertaining and it was a lot of fun. But for some reason, when they left China, they went down this political path, and it's just turned into politics. The first episode, because the whole series, especially the first series of 6 programs, centers around 2 bikes, a Harley-Davidson Street 750 and Royal Enfield Bullet. Why would we want to choose those two? Well, first, these are 2 brands that have what I call fanatical fans. They are certainly not the best bikes in the world, but they are what we're trying to do, especially for the first one. So you'll be seeing a lot of Harley-Davidson Street 750 and a lot of the Royal Enfield Bullet in the first series. And for the very first episode, we thought, well, let's put the 2 through some challenges. Now, if you're expecting challenges that are scientific or anything, forget it, because it's really just silly and fun and nothing else. The weird thing, though, is just the first episode alone, we shot that, I'm trying to remember now, it's been a few months already. And we shot it over 2 days, and we filmed approximately 17 hours. And when we started editing it, the original edit was 90 minutes. That was too long. I cut it back to 60 minutes, then cut it back to 50 minutes, and then cut it down to 45 minutes, and then cut it down to, I think now it's 40 minutes and 35 seconds or something. There was just so much material that we could have put in the first one. But then the whole story and the whole plot just would have been dragged on way too much. When we were editing it, somebody asked me, are you going to release that material as extra material? Well, no. Only because we did eventually cut it out for a reason. So no, you're not going to see it. Final thoughts. Well, I hope that everybody watches Wheels Too Fun. If you're looking for something that's very serious, you've come to the wrong place. There are going to, of course, be some serious items in the series. But it's more just, wanting to have a laugh and see what 2 idiots get up to in Taiwan, and two motorcycles that have been around, 2 motorcycle brands, that is, that have been around for more than 100 years. 3, 2, 1, go! Well, viewers, just to remind you again, the very first episode of Wheels to Fun will premiere on September the 5th, 2021.